The sudden death of 3 people from suspected mushroom poisoning.
51 people got sick, 3 were hospitalized, and 2 died.
Deathly ill 1 hour after eating at a sushi restaurant.
Mortality rate of between 20 and 50%.
Death cap mushrooms are highly poisonous and cause the most deadly mushroom poisonings in the world.
The health department says it was most likely a mushroom in the sushi.
These are seriously dangerous things. The Amanita phalloides mushroom, otherwise known as the death cap.
Mushroom.
Mushroom.
Look what I found. In this episode of Lost and Abroad, I go mushroom picking, I dance disco polo, and I eat a potentially life-ending risotto.
Is this one edible?
Yeah, this one's very tasty.
And this one?
That one's deadly poisonous.
Now join me as we continue our journey from Europe to Australia without flying.
Why, hello there. What doesn't kill you makes you bigger. At least that's the rules in the world of mushroom picking. Mushroom picking is a long-held tradition here in Europe, and one that I've always wanted to try. And it's gained new traction too, since the pandemic forced everyone to pick up a hobby for a year or two. Yes, it does turn out that crochet and gardening was just a phase. But much like off-road motocross or cliff jumping, mushroom picking is a hobby not for the faint of heart. It's pretty extreme, and if you don't know what you're doing, it can cost you your life. And in recent years, mushroom picking has taken on a new importance, as engineers are constructing mechanical legs to give life to these mushrooms. I felt like now was an important time to show our fungal friends who's in charge before it's too late. The perfect conditions for picking mushrooms are autumn forests after a rainfall. And this is because mushrooms thrive in damp, dark environments. Naturally, the type of trees in your chosen forest are going to greatly change the mushrooms that are available to you, as different roots and root pairings will result in different fungal growths. Probably most famously is the pairing of hazel and oak trees, which can lead to the very expensive Perigord black truffle. But all this advice depends on what kind of mushrooms you're hoping to pick, as oyster mushrooms, wood ear mushrooms, and enoki mushrooms are primarily found in winter. Although I must warn you, beginner mushroom pickers should not go hunting for enoki, as it can be easily mistaken for the rather aptly named deadly skullcap. So with all this information in mind and ignored, Alex and I decided to head to dry, summery eastern Poland to meet up with our friend and local mushroom amateur Łukasz, who volunteered to show us around.
So yeah, this is Polish Kansas, because there's not much here apart from corn and flatland and storks. Well, we don't get storks in Kansas, I guess. We do have them here, so it's a bit better, I guess. Right? We've got storks.
When we arrived in Łuków, we were greeted warmly with disco polo that I can only assume was for us. The next morning, we got up bright and early to catch the mushrooms before they could scuttle away on their engineered legs. We started our search at the house of Łukasz's grandmother.
After the Chernobyl catastrophe, it looked as if it was raining here, but there were no clouds. She said it all got soaked in the soil, but no one died.
Before you go mushroom picking, you should do your research, making sure you're confident with what exactly you're looking for and that the mushrooms are actually growing in your woods.
So far, the only mushroom we've found is inedible, so looking like it's going to be a good soup.
You should be confident in what mushrooms you're looking for, and you should even make sure that there's mushrooms in your forest at all.
The important thing when you go to collect mushrooms is that you need to go to the forest after it was raining, and it's really dry here, so no luck.
Even finding inedible mushrooms can be a good indicator that other edible mushrooms are not far away.
If you look at it closely, I think I know what it is. Is it a Cheeto?
When mushroom picking, it's best to collect mushrooms in a breathable basket and not a closed-in or plastic bag. Collect only the mushrooms that you know, and pick only what you need, as overpicking mushrooms can be bad for the environment.
No nie, to nie jest kurka.
Alex, when you're looking at mushrooms, what are you looking for to identify them?
Just need to learn which are edible, which are not. That's all.
And so, like, how do you know what these ones are?
That one's, the Polish name is gołąbek. This is some sort of mleczaj, so a milk cup, but this is not the edible milk cup. Because the edible one has orange milk.
You should avoid picking mushrooms near roads and landfill, as the shrooms there can absorb the toxins in the environment. And this is really important. You should make sure to cross-reference any apps, websites, or books you're using to identify mushrooms, especially if you're unsure, as it is very easy to misidentify an inedible mushroom as an edible one. When you're identifying mushrooms, it's important to check the look, the smell, and in some rare instances, even the taste of the mushroom to be sure of what you've found.
With this particular mushroom, to check if it's edible, you need to check the ring. If it moves, it's edible. You check the bulb. The non-edible ones have sort of a sheath around it. This one doesn't. Here, the ring doesn't move. It's attached to the mushroom.
So this one's poisonous.
Yes. This one's deadly poisonous.
So you really want to be sure. If you have any shadow of a doubt, don't pick the mushroom. But with all that research for naught, it turns out that our fungal forest was nothing more than a set of shroomless shrubs. And we started to walk away empty-handed. Toward the end of our mushroom hunt, I did start to get a little frantic and desperate, running around, hoping upon hoping to find any sign of mushroom. It started to get dark, and so we headed back and enjoyed a, admittedly mushroomless barbecue. And while sitting there, taking a hot Polish sausage like a champ, I think I realized something. What if the real mushrooms were the friends we found along the way? We'd found something far more important. Berries! Alex found so many berries in the woods that we were able to make a delicious set of berry pancakes. And not all was lost. We did in fact find some fungus while out on an evening walk later that day. But we found something called corn smut, or huitlacoche, which is this fungus that grows on corn that hasn't been treated with pesticides. And it's edible despite its garish appearance. I'd had it once before on tacos in Mexico, and it was delicious there, and it was delicious here. And that night when I went to bed, I dreamed of mushrooms. And I dreamed of mushroom risotto just dripping with flavor. And I knew that it wasn't time to give up. And so we said farewell to Łukasz in the morning, and we embarked on a new adventure in a new forest seeking new mushrooms. And let me tell you kids, you should never give up on your dreams, because the following day we found mushrooms in abundance. We collected porcini or boletus mushrooms, we found bovine bollets, granulated bollets, scarlatina or dotted stem bollets, and we found paracel mushrooms. And of course by we, I mean Alex.
Look what I found!
Well, that's not fair. I did find one mushroom.
That one's deadly poisonous.
But you should be careful when picking the paracel mushroom, because they can very easily be mistaken for the death cap mushroom. And I bet you'll never guess how it got its name. Alex, like the good domesticated Polish cook that she is, slaved away in the kitchen once more to make me some mushroom risotto.
This is a mushroom risotto, and this is a boletus carpaccio.
So this is raw.
Yeah, this is raw. You can eat those raw.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, I've already eaten them raw. It's really tasty.
All right, I'm gonna start with this one. I'm gonna live life dangerously.
Oh, that's a salad.
Fair enough. I'm surprised at how mushroomy it actually tastes. This is full of forest mushrooms, and it will either kill us, or it'll taste delicious.
No, I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
We were going around, I just see mushroom. But you know the difference between the mushrooms. Why? How? Are you a witch?
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it.
Just witchcraft.
Yeah. In Poland, we usually start picking mushrooms when we're little children. We just go with our parents and they teach us, and that's how most people learn. I have also learned from friends, books, internet, So I know some mushrooms that look like something a witch would pick.
For me, it has definitely joined the Clean Plate Club.
It's not clean yet.
For me, it's definitely joined the Clean Plate Club.
Sorry for how long it's taken me to edit this video. I've spent the last few weeks actually just enjoying travel and being present in the adventure. I'm hopeful that I can edit together the next video quickly and share it with you as soon as possible. It's our first video outside of Poland, and it might well be my new favorite city in all of Europe.